Hello. I'm gonna to improve my English and everything. Oh my gosh, I need to improve my speaking. How I use YouTube to practice my listening skills. The news is hard to make out. They talk too fast. So guess where I got stuck? At the reading of the headlines. He just reads them so fast that I can't follow everything. 30 seconds, I think, 30 seconds into the video, I already got stuck. But that's okay, that's good, because that gives me a chance to practice my listening skills. So he's giving the headlines and he says, with no evidence of, and then I can understand what he says, and then he says blood clot. Clot. And is that how you pronounce it? Clot. It's C-L-O-T, you know?
Clot. Clot.
Clot. You may have mispronounced it. Okay, let's try again.
Clot.
Clot. I already listened to that part like 3 times. Still couldn't understand what he says. Now I'm going to show you this part, and after that I'll apply my world famous technique and see if I can understand this word. Okay, so here we are. Now I'm going to show you the part that I didn't quite understand.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots.
With no evidence of something blank blood clot. Now increase the speed to twice as fast and give it a listen again.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots. It could give you with no evidence of a link to blood clots. With no evidence of a link to blood clots.
This is part of the process, so hang in there. Bear with me. I'm going to decrease the speed to, I'll set it at 1.5 and see if it helps.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots. With no evidence of a link to blood clots. With no evidence of a link to blood clots.
I think I hear relentless, maybe, or something like that.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots. With no evidence of a link to blood clots. It could.
No, it can be relentless. It makes no sense. Now let's decrease the speed even more. I'll set it at 1.25.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots. It could.
With no evidence of lengthy, doesn't make sense.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots. It could give the. With no evidence of a link to blood clots.
No, it's not.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots.
Length. But I'll set the speed at normal again. So let's put it back to normal. And so see if I can understand now.
With no evidence of a link to blood clots.
I think there's a TH there, but I'll try again.
Evidence of a link to blood clots.
Of a length. So if you can understand by now, please let me know if it worked for you to go through this process, because it didn't work for me this time, I guess. Now I'll set it below normal and let's see if that helps.
With no evidence of a link to blood clot.
Nothing, I got nothing. Okay, I'll try again. I'll close my eyes. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I think that it enhances my auditory capacity. Let's see if it works.
In U.S. trials with no evidence of a link to blood clot.
I give up. Maybe it's beyond my knowledge of English, but I can't understand what's being said here. I mean, I know by the context what they mean, but I want to understand everything that I hear. Not that I go about my day doing that. I mean, I think I can communicate without understanding every single word, but this is just an exercise that I do that I think improves my ability to comprehend native speakers. it's just something that I kind of enjoy doing because I see the progress. I can see the progress I made. This time it seems it didn't work. Now I'm going to see if they got that word, because sometimes I've noticed that sometimes they don't. So let's check. Subtitles turned on. Of a link to, with no evidence of a link to blood clots. A link to, are you kidding me?
With no evidence of a link to blood clots.
A link to blood clots. So I hope you can try this for yourself and see if it works. I hope it does, because it does for me, and I'm curious to know if that happens to other people. You know, for me, when I increase the speed and then I gradually decrease it, it feels like the person's speaking slower. The video is at it's slower. I don't know. I'm curious to know if that happens to other people too. So yeah, if you do this, please let me know. I would love to hear from whoever watched it. Mom, maybe. Still nervous about putting this online. I've recorded a bunch of those, but I haven't uploaded them because I'm just too nervous to. And yeah, let's stop this. Stop this video. Let's stop everything. Stop recording right now.